Hello, how's it going? Hopefully pretty good. I'm here for a HobbyPlex After Hours, and not much to do today. I'm just going to be changing shock pistons on my RC8, try to get a little bit more pack, make it work a little bit better on our indoor clay track. So I'll be taking those apart tonight and switching out the pistons, and while I'm doing that, if you want to join the chat, you're more than welcome. Ask some questions about the Plex or whatever, and we'll go through it tonight. So, yep. Got my YouTube on my TV here. I'm going to try to find a race to watch while we're talking about stuff, or like a downhill race. I think last week I had Crankworks downhill. That was pretty cool. I think I was watching like a Red Bull urban downhill. Those are pretty freaking sweet. So, yeah, tonight I took my RC8. I bought it used, and I took it out on our track for the first time a couple weeks ago, and wasn't really happy with the setup. It was too soft for our racetrack. It definitely probably was a great outdoor track, at least shock setup, but for indoors, it's way too soft. So I'm going to do what I did on my Mugen when I got it, and it was too soft. I'm going to put 5-hole pistons inside of it, 5-hole 1-3s, and go from there. So got a little bit to do, not a whole lot, just enough to keep me busy. There's a lot of streams out there, man. And lately, with all this COVID stuff, I almost want to just like watch somebody else's stream now. I think Tebow's on Thursdays, and the No Name Podcast I think is doing a thing tonight. TLR has been doing some stuff. So. Well, they doubled that up. That's interesting. There we go. See what we got down here. I think it's a pin. Yeah, it is. So one thing about buying a used car that you don't actually build, from the get-go is I'm pretty unfamiliar with how this car goes together. So I'm kind of learning as I'm going. There's some things that are the same, a lot of things that are different, little nuances and stuff. But we'll see what we can do here. I apologize to everybody for not having our podcast live stream on Monday. I was kind of feeling a little bit under the weather, and didn't really have it set up. So we still did the podcast, just not with the live stream going. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it through the entire show or not. Actually had thought my cell phone was stolen on the way there, which didn't help matters, because if my phone ever got lost or stolen, holy crap, my life would be way harder. So that kind of freaked me out. And then before that, I had some like an email scare. I thought I had been hacked, and luckily didn't look like it was real, so feel a little bit better now. There's no naked pictures of me out there, so probably okay. The next thing I want to do is get some different springs for this car. Maybe play around with that. Get this thing dialed in for a more indoor clay style track instead of an outdoor track. Let's see. Again, kind of a, it's not a car I built from start to finish, so it's one of those deals where you just kind of have to figure it out as you go. It's associated shock, so it should be pretty straightforward. Those don't look too bad. I'm going to grab my trash can. Oh yeah, so these are 8-hole pistons. I'm going to put in 5-hole pistons. Try to create a little bit more pack and keep the car a little bit flatter as I'm going around. So got my shock shaft pliers. These are the ProTech ones. If you don't have a set of these and you're into RC, you should go to your hobby shop and buy some. Shock shaft pliers are the coolest things ever. Instead of mashing up your shafts with a pair of pliers or something crazy like that, you get to grab a hold of it as tightly as you want, and it doesn't hurt the shaft. And most of them also have this great little ball popper tool here for poking out the balls in your holes. That's the technical term for it. Balls and holes. Shock bushings, also known as shock bushings. Balls and holes. So, curious to see if there's like any sort of like VP piston or anything like that in here, if it's just a straight associated piston. Again, I got this car used, so you never really know. It looks like they're just regular everyday 8-hole shock pistons, I think. Maybe not. Either way, we're going to change them. Oh, am I on my personal channel? Haha, I was wondering why I didn't get so many viewers, man. I'm going to switch over. Thank you, Quad Addiction. I'm dumb. I'm also like really exhausted from working, so good call. I don't know why my computer has changed over to my personal channel. That makes sense. I was wondering why I was getting so few viewers, because nobody cares about my personal channel. I'm going to flip over to HobbyPlex. So sorry. So dumb.